Hello, I'm Robert Hammersmith, and my informative speech is over Hurricane Harvey and its effects on Kingwood, Texas. Kingwood, Texas is a small town about 20 minutes north of the city of Houston. It's where I grew up, and it was extremely affected by Hurricane Harvey. The amount of damage caused was enormous, but the relief effort is even bigger in Kingwood. My family moved to Kingwood from Jacksonville, Florida when I was about 3 years old, and we've been there ever since. Our house is about 5 minutes from Lake Houston. So Kingwood's right here, Lake Houston's right here, and then the San Jacinto River runs through it. When I was a little kid, it always used to flood, and we would canoe down our streets. We thought it was fun and stuff, but it's pretty common for floods to happen in Kingwood, but never one as serious as this. My house is pretty close to Lake Houston and the San Jacinto River, so when it rains a lot, it floods pretty easily. A lot of people know how hard Houston was hit, but not a lot of people know about Kingwood and the small communities around the city. So when you replace a lot of rain with a Category 4 hurricane that's got a diameter of 280 miles and winds of 130 miles an hour, stuff can happen pretty fast. We got 26 inches of rain in 24 hours, and it doesn't sound like much, but when you combine that with living close to Lake Houston, it can flood pretty easily. So here's kind of a picture of the hurricane and how severe it was. So Kingwood is a small suburban town just 30 minutes north of the city. It's very susceptible to flooding. It's a low-lying community. There are golf courses all around the town with ponds, so there's a ton of bodies of water. So this is a picture of the Coast Guard helicopter that landed on our middle school, which is probably 2 minutes away from our house. So that's just kind of scary to see that in your town and so close to your house. Countless homes were lost. This is a picture of kind of our town center. Countless homes and businesses were lost. Neighbors were having to rescue people. My dad took our boat out and was having to go door to door and rescue people from their homes and things like that. My family couldn't have even been able to make it out. They would have had to get airlifted. The highways were flooded. Here's some pictures of more homes that were lost. I wanted to go back to Houston when I heard everything that was going on, but I literally couldn't because the highways were flooded. Homes were completely underwater along with restaurants. My family had to have people stay with us because they had lost their homes and didn't have anywhere to sleep at night. Although the devastation was huge, the rebuild efforts were even bigger by the community. People have really come together and helped neighbors out and businesses and rebuild homes and things like that. Here's a picture of Kingwood High School that was completely lost. It's a 3-story building and water was up to the 2nd story. Here's another picture of the front of the high school. Textbooks were lost, uniforms, equipment, sports teams, our fields were lost. The football team was visited by the Houston Texans and they were given all new equipment. But people have really been starting to come together, and the school is supposed to open back up in March this month. There's a lot of instances where towns get hit with natural disaster and are completely destroyed, but I don't think Kingwood is going to be one of them. The people have really come together. Kingwood Strong was created, and it's kind of like a relief fund and kind of like a rallying cry for the people and to keep them going. Here's a picture of just some guys pushing a truck out of the water. There's HEB that was flooded pretty bad, but that should be back in business too. Here's more pictures of just debris from houses. And there's a picture of the city of Houston and the highways. And there's Kingwood Strong. So thank you all for listening, and let me know if you have any questions or interest in Kingwood Strong or how to help the relief efforts.